everybody, this is Tree from Tree of Logic here, and what you're looking at right now is my motorcycle. It's an 1100 Honda Shadow. It's not a Harley. Everybody like, is that a Harley? No, it's got big old Shadow written on the side of the gas can. It's not. It's a big bike because I am a big woman, and I had to run some errands today, and I thought, hey, why don't I film myself on my motorcycle? And while I'm filming myself, I can use that footage when I'm giving commentary in reference to the Leslie Jones versus Milo Yiannopoulos debacle. And I said, okay, that sounds fine. Now, if you look at my skin right now, you see it's glistening in the sun, and that's because it was so hot. It was so hot today. But as I begin to speed up, it started to feel good, and that air cooled me down real quick. So you can watch this. I'll have some pictures in between as I move on and talk about my take on the whole Leslie Jones versus Milo Yiannopoulos. All right. So I know many of you are saying, dang girl, that was 2 days ago. You all late and shit. Okay. What you all will learn about me is that I don't immediately form an opinion until I get all the facts. And you know what? I want you to do the same. Like, don't take everyone's word as gospel. Fact check them. Actually, fact check everyone, including me. Because everyone has their own agenda, and you don't want to spread misinformation to further another person, organization, or company's agenda. Just patiently gather all the facts, listen to various people's opinion and their theories, and actually fact check them with their sources, and then come to your own conclusion. Analyze everything and come to your own conclusion. Now, as many of you all know, Milo Yiannopoulos was permanently suspended from Twitter on July the 19th after being reported by Leslie Jones the day before. Earlier this week, like this past Monday, Leslie went into this rant about being called a gorilla, a nigger, an ape, a big-lipped coon, etc. And if you go to her Twitter feed right now, she still has all that stuff that she retweeted to her fans of the trolls calling her all these names. She still has that on her Twitter profile, so you can see it for yourself. All links to things that I'm talking about in this video, the sources will be provided in the description box, okay? So I did provide that because I want you to fact check me, okay? So anyway, so Leslie said that her feelings were hurt and she understands about free speech, but the racist insults was too much, blah, blah, blah. Now, I call bullshit on her being so offended and hurt. And let me tell you why. So I'm going to give you my theory, all right? Here's my theory. You ready? You sure? Okay, here we go. My theory is that Sony's marketing team for Ghostbusters needed to boost up sales for this weekend because they did bad last weekend. I mean, they say, oh, Ghostbusters is doing better than expected. That's a lie. Because listen, they only grossed $46 million opening weekend, which was last weekend. Now I know y'all's like, only 46. Yeah, I'm the same way. Only 46. Honey, please give me at least 1 million of those dollars. You'll be making my life. Not my day. You'll make my life. But anyway, earlier this year, or it was either in January or last year. You guys can fact check me on this one because I don't have the exact time frame. I think he said it either January of this year or the fall of last year. But Paul said that he estimated the new Ghostbusters remake to gross 500 million. I can't say this without laughing. He estimated to make $500 million before the movie goes to DVD. All right. Now he said all this before the trailers came out. But honey, when you know like I know, all hell broke loose when the trailers came out. And when people saw those shitty ass trailers, they was like, "Boo! This sucks! Ah! What the fuck am I watching?" They were like, what the hell is this shit? Fuck this movie! You fucked up my childhood! I was calm about the whole situation. I looked at the trailer and said, that sucks. Not going to pay to go see that because I am a Ghostbuster fan. So people were like, fuck this movie. This looks like shit, blah, blah, blah. And if you remember, the first person to defend the movie was Leslie. She went on Twitter and battled nearly everyone who talked bad about the movie. That heifer Melissa McCarthy, who I don't like, Kate McKinney, who I love, and Kristen Wiig, who I don't even know her really. I never seen any of her comedy acts. I don't know this chick. But Kate, I seen a lot of her stuff. She is hilarious. I never found Melissa to be funny. I just don't like her. It's something about her that just makes me go, blah. So I don't like her too much. And like I said, I don't know anything about Kristen, so I nothing her. I have nothing feelings for her. Kristen, I nothing you, honey. So anyway, but none of these three women went on Twitter and defended the movie or defended the trailer. But Leslie did. Leslie came out and soldiered on, and she handled those trolls. Now, I watched the whole thing. I actually went into the search and started looking at what things were said to her, and then I will go to her Twitter profile and see what she was saying back, because she was, and I'll provide the link to this, okay? I'll provide the link to that too in the description. She was defending and basically the spokesperson for why you should see this movie. So because she was the only one on Twitter to voice her support of it, that's where everybody came after her. This is important to remember now, okay? Because no one from the cast defended Ghostbusters on Twitter except for Leslie. Dan Aykroyd defended it in interviews, and of course Paul not only defended it, but just started trashing fans in an interview. But no one took to Twitter except for Leslie, and that's important because now Leslie is the go-to person for trolls and haters in reference to this movie. Now, I noticed that a lot of the people who were talking badly to Leslie about this movie were black folks. They were upset that she was not playing a scientist. And like I said, go to the link below and you'll see tweets from black women. And I think these black women are feminists or SJWs, I don't know. But anyway, she thought the film was racist. I don't know where the hell she got that shit from. But because Leslie was not a scientist, she figured that, hey, I'm not going to pay for this movie. This movie is racist against black people because they're saying we're not smart enough to be scientists. And then when Leslie came back after her hood, like, I can't remember, she called her a bitch. When I say call, I mean Leslie. I think Leslie called her a bitch. Leslie went hood on her. Just go look at those tweets in that article, okay? Leslie was like, damn your opinion. Black folks always got some shit to say. She talked bad. You know what I'm saying? She stood her ground, all right? And when she stood her ground, you know, black folks wasn't going to take that shit. They start coming back with her and calling her coon. That's the favorite word of black folks today. Coon. They called her a coon. They called her an ugly ass field nigga. And they called her Tracy Morgan. Now I laugh. Let me tell you something. The way I'm laughing now is the way I laughed when I first saw that tweet. A couple of brothers called Leslie Tracy Morgan. I thought the shit was funny. The coon stuff, not funny. Ugly ass field nigga, that's not funny either. But Tracy, calling her Tracy Morgan was hilarious. I laughed. Thought that was a big LOL time. Anyway, so they went hard after her. And she defended herself. She defended the cast. And she defended the movie. And she did this for a couple of days. And then she bounced. She was out. She left it alone. She was not dealing with the trolls anymore. She was not going to deal with the hate anymore. She was done with it. No more defending of the movie. Okay. Now, fast forward to July. Ghostbusters open up July the 15th. All right. Listen to these numbers now. Ghostbusters open up on Friday, July the 15th. The numbers come in on Monday, July the 18th. All right. And it shows that the movie did not make the estimate amount of money that was projected by the Sony executives. So guess what? Later that day, Leslie plays the victim and goes into a meltdown on Twitter. All right? And this is when I gave her the side eye, like, really, girl, are you serious? You don't hurt my feelings. I'm so hurt. I leave in tears. I'm like, bitch, please, you are not fazed by these trolls. You got everybody else fooled, but I'm not buying your act. And listen now, listen to you guys. Check this out. You see, the blame game didn't work when Paul Feig did it in April. All right? Remember in April, he went on the interview and he's like, he told the person that was interviewing him that everyone who hates the movie are grown men living in their mom's basement or they're misogynists or they just hate women. And it was, like, oh, no, you didn't, Paul. You going to attack the people who you want their money from? Seriously, dude? What marketing school did you go to? Because that's the good way to go into financial failure, is to attack the customers. All right, you don't attack your customers. But that's what he did. And even women like myself who didn't like the trailer, I didn't mess with Leslie. I don't really care too much for Leslie. I don't like the way she represents herself as a black woman. I mean, that's just my thing. Especially as a tall black woman too. I don't find her funny. I just don't like her comedy. I don't care too much for her as an individual, period. So she's kind of like on my semi-ignore list. I see her when she wants to be seen, and an hour later I forgot all about her. I don't even know she exists anymore. Okay, but anyway, so I believe they made this much, and what I mean about this much, they made $46 million last weekend. The reason why they made that much was because of the controversy. People wanted to see a train wreck, and they was willing to pay money to see a train wreck. I don't pay hard money to go see train wrecks, okay? Especially if I can see them for free. If somebody give me a bootleg version of Ghostbusters 2016, I will watch it. But to take my money, especially to go see it in IMAX 3D, you know how much those tickets cost to see something in IMAX 3D? Hell no, I wasn't going to do that. No, not my money. But anyway, I don't pay to see train wrecks, and I said, fans like myself said, fuck this movie, we not going to go see it, I'm not going to pay to see it. And I watched all the bad reviews about it, had a nice laugh, and went on about my day. So since the blame game didn't work, now it's time to play the victim and cue in Leslie. All right, now the reason why I'm calling bullshit on Leslie is because Leslie Jones is hood. You can read her tweets and tell she's hood. You don't even have to see her. If you see her interviews, if you see her give her appearances, she's this chick straight hood. All right, straight hood. But you can't hurt someone from the hood. Well, I don't even know if she's from the hood. I think she's a military child. From my understanding, her father's in the military. So she's a military brat, but she moved from city to city to city to city. She moved a lot. So, of course, she had to meet new people, and I guess that's where the goofiness and acting extra silly comes in from, because she just, to me, she just doesn't seem mature, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, somebody like that, she's hard. To me, she had a hard life. I had a hard life. And when you had a hard life in your past, shit people say on the internet in reference to you and how you look just can't faze you, especially when you have bank. I mean, Leslie is a millionaire. You could say, oh, look at all these trolls coming after me. Let me go count my money, bitches. You know what I'm saying? I would not be fazed by all of this stuff. And also, here's another thing, right? Not only can she not, I don't believe that a hood woman like her can get her feelings hurt online or be so offended by racist comment, but she's also a stand-up comedian. All right? Do you understand that she handles hecklers as a sport? She does this for sport. All right? All stand-up comedians know how to handle hecklers. All stand-up comedians have been heckled. And if you are continuing year after year as a stand-up comedian, you have bombed some days, and some days you did good. Those jokes went through and you delivered them and everybody enjoyed them and had a good time. And then some days you didn't do good and you probably were booed off the stage or had some things thrown at you and called all kinds of names. But you also was heckled. Somebody had too much to drink and they thought they was going to add to your fucking show by saying something from the audience. And people like her and other comedians know how to deal with them. If you know how to deal with these people in real life, trolls online ain't shit. All right? They ain't shit. That is nothing. That's peanuts. And not only that, here's my last defense on why she was not offended. Leslie is 48 years old. You don't think she's used to being called names by now in 2016? I mean, not to be mean, all right? Not to be mean. But you can't look like her and not be used to being called names. You can't have the look like Leslie Jones and not have people react to you differently, maybe hostilely or maybe even an ugly way. I'm sure people have been very rude and disrespectful and outright mean to her, and I know she's got thicker skin than this. Just the way she carried herself, I know she knows how to deal with racist slurs and just outright name calling. I know this. She's too old to have thin skin like this. Also, I, as a tall woman, have been called a man. I gotta let you all know something. She, just like myself, just like all black women who are 6 feet and over, have been called a man at least 10 times in their lifetime. I know it's like, oh, that's so bad. Hey, that's just fucking life. I don't care if you look gorgeous, like you can look like Halle Berry or Cheryl Underwood. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what your body type is if you are abnormally tall. And by the way, I'm 3 inches taller than Leslie. She's an Amazon, and I'm definitely an Amazon. And when you are tall like this, somebody's going to call you a man. Regardless if you look like one or not, they're going to call you a man because you stand out. Tall women, especially tall black women, stand out. And every black woman who's 6 feet and over has been called a man. You think Milo calling her a dude really hurt her feelings? Are you serious? I'm sure that didn't faze her one bit because we're always called men. If somebody hates us, the first thing they say is, you a man. That's all they got. The animal I have been referred to the most is a giraffe because of my body type. I've been called a giraffe millions of times. And I have been called a man, and I could be called all kinds of names, and guess what? It doesn't faze me anymore. I think after I got out of college, undergrad, from Fort Valley State, you couldn't hurt my feelings anymore, boo. I was done. All right. So anyway, let me get back to the story. So Leslie is playing a role for y'all on Twitter. And also notice how she said she was going to leave, but didn't delete her channel. Now, I've seen celebrities leave, and when they leave, they delete their Twitter profile. Okay, and so when you go to their Twitter page, it'll say something like, sorry, this page doesn't exist, and it's a blue screen with a Twitter bird on there. But when Leslie said that she was going to leave Twitter, she just stopped posting. She didn't delete her Twitter profile. She didn't deactivate it. She just left everything as is, and she just stopped posting, which was suspect to me. It was very suspect to me. I'm like, if you left, how come your Twitter profile is still up? Okay, but just as I suspected, she came back 2 days later talking about, well, a bitch thought she could stay away and some other stuff. And I was like, bitch, you wasn't leaving no Twitter. You just addicted to it as everybody else. But anyway, so all of this, in my opinion, was a publicity stunt for Ghostbusters to camp out this weekend, especially since Star Trek is opening today. Okay, and yes, by the way, Star Trek is getting great reviews, so it's going to make a lot of money this weekend. It's going to far exceed Ghostbusters. I mean, probably 5 times exceed it. All right, now you're all asking yourself, well, Tree, how does this involve Milo? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how he's connected into the Ghostbuster debacle. All right, check it out. Milo was just a bonus. All right, he was never on Leslie's shit list, and the Ghostbusters marketing team didn't include him in their scheme. However, we all know that Jack wanted to get rid of Milo for months now. First, Jack took away Milo's blue check from his Twitter profile. He took away that for no reason. We don't have no. I think Milo said he took his check away because he posted a poll saying, would you rather have your child be feminist or have cancer? And everybody on his Twitter profile said they rather their child have cancer over feminism. And when a couple of days later, his blue check was taken away. And when he made a big hoopla about that, he gained 40,000 followers. All right, so you see where I'm going with this? So then I think in the month of June, last month, Milo's Twitter account was suspended temporarily. Okay, it was during the Orlando shooting, and I don't know what Milo tweeted. I don't know what he tweeted, but whatever he did say or did not say, I'm not sure. The Muslim population just went after his Twitter account and reported it so much that I think the automated Twitter software just suspended him because of the reports of abuse or something like that. But anyway, needless to say, Milo's Twitter account was reinstated within 24 hours. So they already took his blue check away from him. They suspended him for some bullshit for less than 24 hours. Didn't give him any reason for both. And now they have an opportunity to legitimately get rid of him due to this meltdown by Leslie Jones. So Leslie started her Twitter rant before Milo jumped in, and we all know what an attention whore Milo is. Everyone's calling Milo a provocateur, but that's a fancy way of calling him a professional troll. I'm serious. That's all that is. I don't take what Milo says seriously. I recognize his trolling, but a lot of people don't. They really take him very seriously. And because feminism and SJWs are trying so hard to censor a lot of people and control freedom of speech, Milo says all kinds of crazy shit just to prove a point. You know what I'm saying? He gets underneath their skin and they hate him because he is so well loved and so embraced. And I like him too. He's very funny. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the stuff he says, but then again, I like that he makes it funny. And I also like that he shows you don't have to like what I say, but I have the freedom to say it. And I like that. I have to respect that about him. So anyway, so Milo and Leslie get into a Twitter exchange and Milo followers get involved. All right. One of Milo's fans used a fake tweet generator and mirrored it and mirrored the tweet to make it look like it came from Leslie's Twitter account. And these tweets were racist. They were very homophobic. I think she had some stuff against Jews. It was kind of crazy. And Milo saw these tweets. Now, I don't know if Milo knew that these tweets didn't come from Leslie's account, or he thought that they did come from Leslie's account, but whatever it was, he retweeted them. And this is what got him banned, because those tweets were racist, those tweets were homophobic, and they were from a dummy account. This was a troll account. These tweets did not come from Leslie, and he retweeted it. And when Jack saw what he retweeted, and he retweeted these racist remarks made by a dummy account or a tweet generator, that's when he banned Milo. And everybody was asking Jack, you need to ban Milo because Milo sent his goons after Leslie, which is I agree. Milo said, I'm not responsible for what people do, and Milo didn't do that. Now, Leslie has sicked her fans after people, but Milo didn't yet. And still, the hypocrisy here, Leslie still has her Twitter account and Milo doesn't. All right, so Milo was wrongfully accused of sending his fans after Leslie. They did it on their own accord, but what really got him suspended was him retweeting, because that's against their terms of services, him retweeting and promoting those racist tweets that did not come from her account, and he made it look like it was from her account. Now, this story has a happy ending, by the way. Don't feel sorry for Leslie, and definitely don't feel sorry for Milo, because they both came out winners in the end. First of all, Milo is now a rebel. He's a certified rebel and a poster boy for free speech. His fan base has increased by 40%. He's all over the TV news. He's all over the online news. Everybody's tweeting about him. Free Milo. We miss Milo. Hashtag bring Milo back now. I mean, now people are really furious, and they should be, for the injustice that has happened to Milo. And this put him on top. He is now a must-have speaker. He can up his price on his lectures and it will get paid in full. So he came out a hero in the end, and his financial status is going to go up big time. His fan base is going to go up big time. His popularity has already went up big time. He is everywhere. People who never knew Milo knows about Milo now. Okay, so this is how he won. Leslie has won because now she's the spokesperson for online bullying. And she's making all these appearances on major TVs and radio shows, where at first she was only coming on TV as a cast member of Ghostbusters. So she wasn't solo. She had to come with Melissa and everybody else. She had to come on with the other girls, and including the director. Now, she don't have to come on as a cast member of Ghostbusters. She can come as herself, Leslie Jones, the woman who survived online bullying and trolling on Twitter. And now she can go on these TV shows that she's never been on before, radio shows. These are more publicity for her. I see her coming out with a book in the future that's going to talk about this ordeal. Do you hear the ka-ching, folks? Do you hear it? Do you hear the ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching? She's on top. And even when she came back, everybody's like, we love you, Leslie. We miss you. We don't want you to go away anymore. You know, she's getting her freaking... I'm not going to get vulgar, but she's getting stimulated right now with all the ass kissing that's happening on Twitter, all right? So she's coming out smelling like roses. And also, Ghostbusters win a little bit as well, because people who never intended to see Ghostbusters will see it because of what happened with Leslie on Twitter. So do you see how all of this worked out in the end for everybody? Everybody comes out a winner. All right, everybody. I think Twitter is going to be the loser in this eventually, but right now, Everybody's a winner. And so that's my theory. So that's all I got to say for today, folks. Let me know what you think about my theory. Do you think I'm way off? Do you think I'm right on target? Let me know what you think. And if you have your own different conclusion or theory about the whole situation, I would love to hear from you. Let me know by leaving a comment below. Also, rate and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Peace.